Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Code for episode 241 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and we have our players here today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. Um, that's it. Let's do a recap. There's nothing else in between those moments. What's up? You guys are currently in the Underdark, and you are looking for a cursed item of lore, Dane's life, a sword that is said that once drawn from its sheath, that it cannot be resheathed until it draws blood, till it kills someone. And you guys are like, well, if we find that and we uh, uh, get a bunch of straws and we suck up its power, we can have our own fancy little ritual so that we can be better prepared for another ritual down the line. So it's just finding an item for your mini ritual, for your big ritual. That's where we currently are, is looking for this item because you guys didn't want to use the other one because it came with too much probably physical, emotional, and social baggage. So you guys are like, let's invest in doing something else. And that seems
Anything
to be
else?
maybe working out for you. You do
We'll
not
see.
know if this item is real or not. It is real. This item existed at one point at minimum. You just do not know if the information you have received is true or not. But there's only one way to find out. So you all head into the Underdark, and after having either like a okay to mid to terrible time in the Underdark, depending on who you are. Roshan being the having the worst time in the Underdark. Well, everybody else is kind of like, yeah, it's okay. It's not like awesome. But Roshan having a bad time, even though maybe Roshan is the leading force of why we are here, but having the worst time. And actually, that seems fair. Uh, that seems fair to me. But you guys have encountered many an interesting creature and environmental hazard, many a glowy mushroom, many an mushroom vendor, and end up finding a small. Whoever can remember the name of the metal for me gets an inspiration.
Mithril.
Thank you. Inspiration if you didn't have one. I was like adamantine. No, it's not that one. And then and then I was you guys find a quarry full of mithril after doing a little tussle with a mimic pretending to be a minecart. And in this space, you also encounter a bunch of basilisk that had made this place their home and kind of cleared the place out. And you guys immediately then once again clear the place out as all of the basilisks are immediately murdered, or at least you hope all of the basilisks have been murdered. You don't know how many there are. Um, but currently no basilisks that you can see. There was plenty of rubble indicating that perhaps there were people that were turned to stone by the basilisk and then eaten by them. But there was one intact body that you found and were able to de-stone, and you now have somebody who cannot speak common but can show you the way to Gorgoa. You're with Carling, and Carling is a young, deep gnomish woman. Um, and that's where we are. Is you guys are at the quarry currently, and my piece of paper says I owe you guys money for doing this. So let's get some money. Which I didn't give you last time. And what's some coin among friends? If each of you could roll a D10, I'd be
Mm-hmm.
appreciative.
Can do.
Okay. We're starting at 4, which is my number.
I have a 5.
Okay, 9,
2.
11,
5.
16,
6.
22.
9.
30, 31.
31. Yes.
You guys
60, yeah.
get Jeez, they want me to do fucking like math for this. Okay, so 31, 3. Yeah, when you guys were looking around at stuff, depends if you want to take this or not, but you find 315 gold pieces.
Holy shit. All right.
Mostly
Well,
in this like kind of like overseer quarters area,
hmm.
but he's dead, so
I take the dead man's coin pouch as I was inspecting him and put it in the bag.
perfect. Now you have 315 more gold pieces than you did prior.
Cool.
But you have somebody who says they know the way forward. The only way you are able to communicate with them is via a piece of paper where only they can tell you things and you can't really tell them things. But they understood the word Gorgoa enough to know that
Yes.
we are going to Gorgoa.
We're gonna start doing charades as we go.
Hmm. I'm assuming, and maybe I'm wrong because this felt like years ago. Last session, I believe you guys probably got a short rest in. So if you haven't taken that and want to take it, you can, but I think we already did that. I think that already happened.
Yeah, I think so because both my characters have had heals.
Cool.
Yeah.
But it's up to you guys. You guys have set up a bit at the quarry. It is still not super late in the day. You can still cover more ground, or you can live here forever. I'm not the boss of y'all. So what are you guys doing?
I think Roshan is probably, once Carling is talking with us, Roshan spends time just trying to communicate uh, and would start with, do we need to take anything before we go?
That might all be too much. Can you simplify that?
Yes. Um, take anything to Gorgoa. Important.
Take
Roshan will hold up
things
a
to.
deed to the Crack Rock estate.
Uh-huh.
Important
to
here.
Gorgoa?
Um, Roshan, what do you add to persuasion?
16.
Nice.
Okay. I want you to roll a disadvantage, and I want a 30.
Holy shit, bud. All right, let's do it.
I don't get it because the first one's a nat 1.
You basically get
Oh.
like responses that are kind of like I know where Gorgoa is,
Okay.
and like asking about the paper you keep showing, just being like, I don't understand the paper.
They want me to take them to this trap house? I don't get it.
They're like, she's like, I can try and get you guys there, but I'd prefer to go to Gorgoa.
Gorgoa, yes.
Okay, she gives you a thumbs up when you do thumbs up and Gorgoa.
We're definitely going to need to find out a better way to actually make ourselves understood to poor Curling.
Well, had we infinite time, that would be quite easy.
Certainly.
But I'm hoping somebody in Gorgoa can help us with that.
Hopefully.
I'm going to try something.
Sure.
And then we'll cast Speak with Animals and see if Jenny can speak to her.
I don't think that's how Speak with Animals works.
Well, if she can speak to animals, which we haven't
If she has
investigated,
Speak with Animals,
yes, but that,
so you're like holding the bird, you're like the bird. The bird. She comes like pets the bird and is like, yeah, really
Nice.
good
Good
bird,
bird.
good bird.
All right. Sorry. Thanks, Jenny. Worth a try. Give her a
I
Jenny's
treat.
like,
think
well, you know,
we'd need some sort of way to indicate to her that we'd like to know if she knows a spell, if that spell is speak with animals, and if she could cast it and speak to Jenny. Those are
Well,
pretty complex all to throw together into a sentence for someone who doesn't even speak a
oh,
word of the
that's so
language.
funny though to have Jenny in the middle of a conversation. Oh,
Oh! So, like, wait, what does it look like when Fen casts Speak with Animals?
I don't think that it looks any sort of way. I think he's just like just the words that leave his mouth sound like sounds of nature.
Well,
Like,
does the spell have components? Is what I'm asking. Like, materially, does it look like you're doing any sort of thing when you cast the spell?
yeah, it's verbal and somatic, so I'm sure he's
A
gesturing
gesture
like a
and
Mediterranean fellow.
okay. So a gesture and some words, and then you start talking to the bird. Gosh.
I
I
could
mean, you
try
guys
giving her
aren't.
my staff. Maybe she'll understand to use it to speak with the animals because it does that.
Ha.
But I
How
don't
will
know if
you
How
she knows
many
how to
portray
how
use
many
it.
attuning to a
times
magic item with someone who
Oh.
does not speak your language and does not use magic?
Like if she could connect to my staff, she could do it, guys.
If she can. That's assuming she knows what to do with the
It's
staff
fine.
when it's
We'll
handed
just
to her.
we can figure it out as we go. I like the
Okay.
charades idea.
We'll walk and talk. We'll figure it out.
Are we moving forward? She's just kind of like looking between everybody talking.
I feel as though there's no point in trying to ask if she wants to stay or to go. It seems like she's okay with going. And I don't think we know enough of her language to be able to ask her specifically about when. So,
I can say hi to her probably. I've heard that
Yeah.
word before.
The thing
perfect.
is, it's maybe probably a waste of your sending if you haven't already done it already. But you could message Russ and say, "Hey, how do you say this in Undercommon?" And then he'd respond to you in how to say that in Undercommon. But you get one, unless Roshan's like, "Hey, now it's me.
Pew, 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 pew,
How do
pew.
you say this in Undercommon?"
I have to save
How
that
many
to
can you
tell
print
him
for us, Roshan?
the creatures that tried to eat me today. Which
Yeah,
today is
Right.
so far a cart.
yeah. So far,
Yes.
a cart and big lizard.
Big lizard.
Mm. Big
But Carling seems to
stonifying.
understand that you guys want to go to Gorgoa, and she also wants to go to Gorgoa. So at minimum, you guys will probably be walking the same direction.
Yeah. And like if she looks like she's reasonably rested or like she's not injured, then I don't think there's much reason for us to delay.
Yeah,
We can get this caravan going.
Yeah.
I'll start
mean, she
pointing
kinda-
directions and say Gorgoa.
Gorgoa this
Gorgoa?
way.
Gorgoa?
Gorgoa? Gorgoa.
She picks up the map that you guys had been using and like
Yeah.
points on them, and she looks at
Okay.
it and then gets kind of confused because it's a map of the up top area, and you guys just marked a couple spots on it. So she's like, I'm gonna, like, you could tell she's like, yeah, Gorgoa.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got this. I got this. It's fine. She's like, okay, there's a little box here with a word I can't read. Understood. And then, okay, all right.
Huh.
But it seems that she points to like where you guys marked the bridge and is like, okay. And then you can see her like tilting the map and then like walking in a circle. She's gonna roll to see how difficult this is gonna be for y'all.
I believe in you, girly.
Okay. She doesn't seem like the most confident and still seems like a little shook up, but she will start leading the way when you guys are ready to go.
in the space that we're in, is it like big and open, or is it more cavernous at this point?
Y- yes. You are definitely like inside of a smaller cave system inside of the bigger Underdark system, but this is an open space in said like cave system. You're not in like the big expanse that is like fields in the Underdark.
Okay, but we probably have to travel through tunnels.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I pulled a giant elk out of my bag, but I think I'm just going to dismiss it because I don't think it's going to do us much good.
He might not fit.
Because he was a badger, I think, and then I have to assume that
Mhm.
badger got turned to stone. So
We'll assume. We'll assume that there's just a stone badger somewhere in the quarry.
Why does this keep happening to this poor multi-identity animal?
But she seems pretty confident in getting you out of the cave system because that's probably the way she walks to work. So she starts leading the way.
Sure.
There is a confidence to the way she walks, but it is slow and with like intention, and she seems to be like listening very intently. Hey, don't restart. Don't do it. Hey, hold on. Watch yourself. Let me pick a time. Hold on. Everybody relax.
Dun, dun,
Okay,
dun,
okay.
dun,
All right, all
dun,
right.
dun.
All right. It's like, you want to restart? I'm like, no, hey. You can wait, girly. But she will start to lead you out of the cave system, which is easy enough to do and takes you out basically on like the other side. So does not take you back the way you came. Um, and will continue to move you forward. Is there anything while you are being led out to Gorgoa, possibly?
does it look like this way is normally pretty heavily trafficked?
Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
28.
It seems like it's been a minute, but this does seem to be a heavily tracked area. It just seems like it's been maybe um couple weeks, a few weeks since it's been like actively traveled, at least the beginning portion of this.
All right, then I'm going to give Carling even more rations because she's got to be hungry if she's been down there alone for weeks.
Yeah. To be fair, she was stoned the whole time, but will eat food. Technically, she was turned to stone maybe before her lunch break. So she might be hungry with
She
her
could have
manual
been
labor
kept
job.
in
That
hunger in
sounds awful.
perpetuity for weeks.
Hungry forever.
Hungry for lunch break forever.
No lunch break in the Underdark, and I made of stone. Damn. Yep,
This is what
Carling.
unions are for, man.
Yeah, I don't think they have unions in the Underdark. Probably not. Not to make assumptions about the
Yeah.
Underdark.
I mean, there might be a couple, but
They might be
maybe
starting to
not a
work on
lot.
that. They might be like, hey,
Yeah.
actually, maybe we need to do this. Or they all have very fair, like, labor laws, and the bosses are
Maybe.
all very nice. We don't know.
We
The only
don't
one you
know.
met was dead.
Yes.
It's a right
And
to
had,
work cave.
I mean, you know.
But you guys are moving forward. Carling will eat things when they are given to her. She's like, all right. Awesome. Um,
We may not be
anything,
able to communicate, but I will take their food.
yeah, you guys are gonna probably be traveling for like a few hours if there's anything in that time frame that you wanted to either talk about or do, or tell me your vibes, whatever.
Well, it's not going to be a good point in time for anybody to like write anything while we're walking, I can't imagine, or draw. Um
That might be difficult if it's very like nuanced or meant to be legible or nice.
Yeah.
You're welcome to try to use Keld's back to write on, but we're both gonna
I
have to
mean,
be
as we're
walking.
walking, yeah, that might be that's a very kind offer, but
And
I'm
it would
not
be the
sure if
crook
it
of
would
his
help
ass,
much.
first off.
He got that beautiful ass
First
right
off,
there.
you're very tall, and I don't think Nana is that tall, so we're more in the
No.
crook of the ass territory. Which honestly, more
Probably.
shelf-like than the back, and maybe easier for this situation.
Perhaps.
But there's also a large pot back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the more
And
I think about
also
it.
a cooking pot. So might be difficult.
Just slightly. Thank you, though.
Mm.
He shrugs.
We can attempt some charades, if we think that we stand a chance, but I'm not sure that it'll be much good for anything better than just passing the time.
Roshan, you doing all right?
Roshan is alive, and he's focused on staying that way. So he looks fine now after a heap load of healing magic and some band-aids, but yeah, doing great.
Looking tired there, bud?
I'm doing fine. I don't know. Roshan looks at everyone else who looks fine. See, everyone's doing fine.
It's all right if you're not doing all right, you know.
Let's just get to Gorgoa.
This is Roshan's
Alright.
worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so.
I don't
Would
think
you
he wants
rather
to
try
talk right now, Nana.
charades? What?
Yeah, I think charades is a good idea.
I think so.
Mm.
So, right.
you
Nana's
guys-
going to
You
launch
guys
into
play
some
a game of
charades.
charades.
We'll play a game of charades, and if Curling feels like she can guess, maybe we can figure out some words across both languages. I don't know. We'll see.
Carling is bad at charades, and
Ah.
it learns nothing, and he can provide no
Huh.
insight.
Does that just mean she tells us things and now we have the wrong words for things?
It's
instead?
possible
Maybe.
that you guys now
It's
have
possible.
some mixed up words for things.
Great.
Also, the only word that you have correct is probably the word for like bird, because you have like an actual bird you can point to. And she's like,
Mm.
yeah, that's a bird.
We have
Or she's giving
bird,
you
we
the
have
word
bird.
animal, and you guys are like, yeah,
Maybe.
bird, and she's like, yeah, bird.
We'll
We've done
check
it.
it later. We'll check our work when we have access to somebody who actually knows the language and can understand ours as well.
But I'm going to roll a little dice because nobody's keeping an eye out, and I'm going to see if anything attacks you. We want the dice to be an 11 or higher, and nothing will attack you. And if it's a 10 or lower, I will attack you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm bracing.
I'm picking up random things off the ground and just sticking them in my bag. No care about what it is.
And those things belong to you now.
No.
What happened to take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints?
We're clearly not that type
I
of
don't
group.
have a camera.
Fair.
That can't stop
Nor a
me. I can't even
portraitist.
read.
Yeah.
No, we have no time to stop and draw everything.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
This rock is important. You see all the little holes on this specific side of it?
Oh,
I
that is
need
a
it.
I see. Is it
Keld's
good
picking up any
for-
mushroom and handing it to Nyx.
Thank you.
Is it good for mashing up herbs or
No, it just looks
Kel,
cool.
give me a Constitution saving throw.
fuck? Shouldn't have touched none.
Oh no. Cat dice, rude. Hold on, forgot. all
Bud,
my
you gotta
numbers.
sane your dice. I'm gonna come over there.
9.
Buddy!
There's maybe some like, you know, like
Maybe you
like
should come over here.
I guess
like
I'll
a
have
contact dermatitis sort of situation. But besides that, you didn't put it in your mouth though. But like you can tell like one of them is like, all right, you're like one of these is fucking me up a little bit.
Well, I have to figure out which one that is later.
to.
Okay.
One of them probably poison.
But
You're gonna need an ointment for that.
a handful of hours pass, kind of uneventful. Carling seems to stick to a very particular path. There's a couple times where like she'll stop and then everyone stops, and then like you wait a minute, and then there's like the shadow of something that moves by, and it's like okay, and then she just keeps walking like that didn't happen.
How on earth does she know it's coming?
Maybe we need to listen better.
Probably.
Everyone realizes they have not been listening very intently and have just been playing charades.
Yeah.
Oh shit! There's a whole world of responsibility and danger out here.
Shit.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
dear.
Oh,
Ah,
no.
fuck.
I forgot.
I forgot.
But you move forward and you begin to hear the sounds of water. And it seems you are moving past like a kind of twisting body of water that's moving forward, and you seem to be following it. You seem to be moving in the same direction as the water. And after this handful of hours, you assume, you end up reaching what looks like a gorge. But this gorge has like kind of like divots in it. It's more of a large incline where some parts of it seem to drop into the nothing. And some of it take like rivulets of this water and send them like twisting and moving down to a lower area of the Underdark. And you see like Carling like kind of takes a look at it and nods and like stops and like starts writing on a piece of paper. You guys are looking at this these twisting waters while she writes, and she pulls it up and says, um, we're getting closer. Um, might be tomorrow. We have to go around. So it's kind of like she stopped to sort of give you like bearings of sort of like where you are as like wind whips around you in the space. And boy, howdy, don't these rivulets look like water slides? But she's like all right,
They
and
sure
like
do.
she's like we have to go around and walk all the way down, and
Well, we could go down it. We could walk across it easily. I do have that ability.
I will tell you this would not be an easy walk.
Hmm.
I'm gonna
Always
tell
walk on
you
the
straight up.
water.
It's moving pretty fast. I'm not saying you could
More
not
of
do
the,
it, Nix,
the
but
angle, the angle.
I don't
so
know about the rest
down.
of us.
Well, then at least we wouldn't sink if we slid down.
An easy
That's true.
slide.
We
It'd
might
be
just
more like a
smash our
slide.
faces into stalagmites and stalactites as we go.
But not drown. Well, you guys wouldn't
Oh.
drown.
Yeah, there seem to be some like rocky areas in this. The stalactites don't seem to be near it.
Okay.
It seems to be more of just like a bunch of like water slides, and
Oh.
then like a couple places where it drops off into oblivion. But you can kind of see where those are. So
Okay. Okay.
I think we should do it.
How are we going to communicate that to Carling?
Carling is like started walking and has stopped and is like kind of walking in place and looking back at you guys and is like, "What are we doing?" She kind of is like a what up? What's the vibes?
She seems to have a good idea of at least a safe path that she knows. I'm not saying that we could not find a safe
She
path
does.
through the way that we're proposing here, but I'm assuming there's a reason she's not taking it if it is that much faster.
Well,
Well,
she said
next
it
I
might-
can find out.
She said
No,
it
we
might.
can race you guys there.
Mhm.
See you tomorrow.
I think that's an awful idea.
That
But
sounds.
either we all take the safe path or we all take the ludicrous path. But she said it might be tomorrow before we reach it. Do we want to just stop here, recharge, get some food in us, get some
Oh,
rest,
you have
some real
plenty of
rest,
time left in the day if you're so inclined.
see if conditions had changed in the morning? But
Mm.
that's. Mm. Look, I'm not concerned as much about me. I've got sticky feet. I can stick to the areas where the water isn't, even if we do walk on water. I'm
Just
just
looks like so much fun.
Yeah, it does.
Carling has walked back over and is like looking at you guys and looking at you looking outwards, and she like kind of comes over and says, sort of points forward, and you can see like towards the bottom of where these slides are, it kind of looks like kind of strange like rocks that look almost like kind of more ruin adjacent. She kind of like points
Oh.
past it and kind of points to the distance and says Gorgoa. And you
Oh.
can see in the distance from here what looks like the shape of and maybe some lights from a small community. And then you can see like the long winding path you'd have to take to get around. Like this
Oh, I
gorge
see.
goes on for a bit. So it's either you add
Oh.
a large amount of time to your travel or you cut that time real short and risk the water slide. So you can do either.
Roshan, can you still fly?
Yes, I could fly.
Okay.
I
One for
could
your other.
probably even carry someone else if needed.
All right.
Just kind of nods towards Carling. Well, that's two of us dealt with.
Okay.
It leaves the four of us, two of whom seem very eager to do this, and two of us that I have to assume both agree that it's a terrible idea, but
Not the prudent one, but it would certainly get us there faster from what I can see.
well,
Uh,
I'll
Nana
ask you
would
this.
like. Mhm.
Nix, you're walking on water. Is that concentration?
Are you able to do anything else at the same time?
Sure isn't. It just lasts an hour.
Ridiculous. All right.
Well, why don't you and Keld have fun and you polymorph me or Nana into something that can fly, large enough to carry the other? None of us have to break our necks other than the two of you that are thrill-seeking down here.
Okay, fine.
I don't hate that actually.
I'm still casting this water one on everybody, though, just in case.
Just in case, I think is very smart, especially since you don't have to concentrate on it and it lasts an hour.
You look over and Carling's like already started to take off her shoes. She's like,
Yeah.
Look like a normal slide.
Roshan will attempt to use the word safe with Carling, and I think
Tap tap.
doesn't know how to communicate safe, and instead says slide and makes fun hand motions and points to us and then go down.
she looks and just, I think, starts laughing. Puts her shoes into her bag and then like moves her bag to like her chest.
Okay, all right, she's here
Keld's
for
gonna
it.
do the same with his soup pot.
All righty. All right
well,
then.
I'm not
So
being
which one
shown
of
up,
us?
but I'm not being shown up by a deep
Smith
gnome.
Nevlin.
So no, you don't want to be polymorphed anymore?
No, I
I'm
think
gonna
we should
get the
do this.
water around.
Buh, buh, buh. Well, honestly, if she's not worried enough about it to avoid it, I'll go for it.
Keld's gonna say, "See you in Gorgoa," and jump in.
Woo!
Okay, so
Alright.
Keld's jumping in. I'm gonna let you guys know there are multiple paths. Keld's already on
Oh.
one. You can all either take the same path,
I have
or you
chosen.
can just take different ones. You see that like some of them combine at points and then separate out at
Mm.
points. So it's like you could sit there and try and figure out what does what, but or you could just jump on.
I want to try to figure out one that'll get there faster than Keld's.
Nana's also taking a minute to assess which one she wants to take.
Well,
Look
Nick's
before
Keld
she
already
leap.
jumped, so you kind of have to go now if you want to beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
a
Nick's and Keld are
split-second
already
choice.
going.
Okay.
Split second choice of picks one that's different than his that might be faster.
Kelt just goes in
Okay.
a circle a bunch of times. Shit.
He gets stuck in a bunch
Roshan
of
will-
loops.
Roshan will start ushering people wanting to be last in case they need flying assistance.
Okay.
Mhm,
Carling will come over and she'll jump. I'll say anybody with an passive insight of like 20 or higher can tell that she just had like a life or death experience and maybe isn't the best judge of now like what is safe or what is
Mm.
not, as she has just gone through a trauma and is like woo and just
Hell yeah.
jumps onto one of the slides and goes.
Well, isn't that lovely? Because Nana's passive insight is 19. So
Ah.
she's just shy of being able to perceive that passively. And just assumes that the local knows what's safe. She's
Roshan
from
can
here.
tell, but it's too late. My friends are gone.
Ah!
Roshan watches her just as she jumps after you guys have jumped, and he's like, well, gets on the slide.
Yeah, Fen will have
And-
readied his grappling hook before doing this, just in case he gets shunted down one of the wrong paths. But
Okay, you guys begin moving, and you are immediately taken by the water as you kind of ping pong around and like begin sliding. And Nyx, you cast Water Walk, right? So you guys are kind of very much, instead of like sinking into the water a little bit, you guys are like up on top. So there's like kind of less ledges in spots. So it's kind of like hard tilting your body and trying not to just like flip, kind of just go straight over the edge because you're in line with the edge.
That's not horrifying.
I like to
you
try to
can
go upright, like surfing, but like without a
Oh,
surfboard
you- so
because
you-
the feet don't sink.
Okay, there will be rolls for surfboard. I'll get to you. But the thing is, some people sound like they're trying to race, and I'm not here to stop anybody from doing that. Nyx and anybody who is racing notice immediately that like Keld's weight is very helpful in this scenario. That seems to be moving him pretty quickly. Is there anything anybody wants to do to make themselves go faster and or I suppose make their experience safer? But mostly who go faster? What are you gonna give me? What spells you got? What are you doing? how win water slide? And then Fen, give me acrobatics, which you're gonna be really good at. So go ahead and just do it.
20.
Pretty solid. Not exactly for Fen, but solid enough.
Roshan will cast a mage hand to give himself 5 pounds of drag, just holding onto it as he slides.
So you're going slower. You have
Yeah.
set it up so that you are going slower than everybody else. You're like, all right.
Yep.
There's like a gentle
Safety.
squeak sound as you move across the top of the water.
Yeah.
But the water is now also just like rushing up your back and is just like this chilly ice water just hits into you and just goes straight up to the back of your neck and like into your hair. So a bit chilly as you become an obstacle for the water. But what are people doing to either be safe? Fen, you feel pretty safe. Either to be safe or go faster.
Can I cast Gust of Wind to act like a way
Oh.
to propel myself faster?
100% you can.
Yes. Thank you. I have to catch up.
I'm gonna Zephyr Strike to add 30 feet to my movement,
Perfect.
and I want to get in front of Nyx and like spread my cloak to catch the
wind?
gust of wind and
Fen steals your buff. Uh,
So
Uh,
rude.
Can I
Kel, if you
Misty
also have
slide?
things. Oh yeah, Fen. You watch Kel just go like, "Fuck that," and just like,
Boop.
like snap
30
the head
feet ahead.
underneath you. He goes, "Fuck this, boop."
Amazing. Nana is going to make use of her at-will mage hand through her swarm keeper magic to adjust her pace, basically. The mage hand is going to, like, act as a brake by bumping down in front of her feet and kind of, like, using the water or the sides of the tunnel as, like, leverage to help slow her down, or as a push from behind.
Okay, so the mage hand, I believe, only can manipulate about 10 pounds. So it can do a minuscule amount. So it'll do something, but it won't be a lot.
Okay. More like fine steering. Maybe like
Yeah, it can
assisting
maybe
with
help like
banking into a
nudge your
turn
feet.
or
Yeah,
okay,
give your
sure.
feet a little push.
All
But
right,
like
cool.
it's like
I'll take it.
slowing you down might be hard, or pushing you might be hard, just because it's not
Okay.
super strong.
But I have better control maybe by a little.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bonus on the control aspect. If there's anything else
Okay.
you guys want to give me to go faster, each thing you give me, I give you buffs.
I will throw Bless from Hell's Dew actually down
And
on
who gets the bane?
That's a good question. Oh gosh. I'm going to put Bless on oh dear.
You can put it on yourself. I think you're allowed to bless yourself.
I am, yeah, technically. Yeah, I'm gonna bless myself and low-key gonna maybe Bane Keld just a little,
Okay.
because boy's got a big advantage. And it only feels
Okay.
fair. We've been sparring long enough, I can mess with him.
Okay.
Bring it.
Anybody else want to give me something to help or hinder? Well, Roshan just there's just like a wall of water exploding behind Roshan as they slowly move down the waterfall.
I'm gonna bless Roshan, Carling, and myself.
Okay. Okay.
Can I drop my gust of wind because Fen's being annoying?
Yeah.
And switch to control water and make the part of water he's on start going backwards.
Okay, so Fen now
And
starts
then
going
rest the
upwards.
flow.
The float switches directions.
He's weird to me.
Yeah. You're like,
He's trying to beat me in the race. Now
Get him.
yeah, it sounds like a thing you can definitely do. And now Fen is just like running on top of water, trying to outpace.
You gotta Misty step over to a place that's still running the right direction.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of there.
Misty steps over to a new slide. Okay. Here's what we'll do. So everybody involved in the race is going to roll a d20. We are not adding any of your modifiers to it. We're going to add what you have been given to it. So if you've been given a bless, you add bless. If you've been given a bane, you take away your bane. Bless and bane, I think, are both d4s. And if you gave me a spell or used an ability, if it is a cantrip, you add 1, and then for each level of the spell, you add another. So like first level is 2, second level is 3. So however much of that you did, I will let you do your own math and will not question anyone's math. So if you used Misty Step, you get that. If you use Zephyr Strike, you use that. I won't count the Water Walk because you all have it. So that's just a baseline. But any deterrents that you received, go ahead and take off another d4. So Fen goes ahead and takes off a d4 for his reversing of water. Nyx, go ahead and take a d4 because your wind was stolen. That is how I feel. And tell me once you've figured out your numbers.
Okay, so what exactly are we rolling?
So you're rolling a d20. Keld is adding. Is Misty Step a second level spell?
Yeah.
So you're adding 3, and then you're minusing a d4.
Okay.
It will also give you an extra d4 because I said your weight was helping. So you have a minus d4 and a plus d4. So just decide which is which and then go with that.
A minus from my bane and a plus from your weight.
I was like, who gave me a bane?
I gave you a bane. I said because we'd been sparring long enough that I could mess with you some.
Oh, I'm using that lower one as the minus. So.
I
25.
should have made you call it before, but now it is too late. Go ahead and tell me what you guys got.
25.
18.
I only got 12.
We're not adding any modifiers outside of
No
the thingies.
modifiers.
8.
Yeah, no modifiers. 8. Yeah,
I
you
shouldn't
kind of
have
get
given you
fucked
that
over a
bane.
little bit. Yeah, you get a little fucked over in the in the vein department, as like a feeling of sluggishness takes over, and Fen, after switching to a new spot to surf down, is the actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll for Carling. She can't beat Fen, but because she was given a bless. She still
was
can't
blessed.
beat Fen, but she also has no other buffs. But she beats Nyx and Keld as as she goes across the finish line.
Well.
I beat Keldon, that's all that matters to me. That was the goal.
Keld slowly rolls in,
Yeah.
followed by Roshan at his snail's pace. Eventually lands at the bottom of the water slide. And you have your winners, Fen in first place and Keld in last. Technically Roshan in last. Roshan never said
Yeah,
they
I was
weren't
like, hold
racing.
on.
They're just bad at it.
It's taking
Maybe
a really
Roshan is
long
bad at
time,
racing.
guys.
It's still coming. And eventually squeegees down to the bottom and sort of lands.
Just playing it safe.
That's fair. Have fun.
No, it was cold. Did you have fun?
A bit.
Yeah,
You
I
had
bet
tricks,
you did.
is what you had.
Yeah, the rest of you aren't like, only Roshan is like sopping wet. Everybody else is dry because they were on top of the water.
Yeah, how
And
did
Roshan
that-
basically
how did
funneled
that
the water
happen?
into their body.
Why were you down in the water?
I
You should have been.
made it so you
on
couldn't
it.
do that.
Turns out when you go slow enough, the water splashes onto you rather than being the thing
You
on
went
which you
too
ride.
slow.
Oh.
Well, lesson
And-
learned.
He will cast control water or shape water to get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to try this and see what the DM rules on this. Race is over, it doesn't affect anything. What happens if I jump up and down on the water? Is it like a trampoline or
Not trampoline enough to give you anything, but it's almost like jumping on soft earth is what it feels like. So there is a little give, but like not enough to sproing you. Now maybe if multiple people were jumping and gave you the extra
double
extra
bounce?
sproing, yeah, if you got double bounce, now that might be doable. But without the double bounce, it's like you can't get enough momentum on this water with skin. I don't know how to on this
Like a
skin covered
waterbed.
water. Yeah, on this water bed.
all right, good to know.
Hmm?
Just exploring magical physics, that's all.
You are now in this area where water seems to continue forward towards Gorgoa, and the area you are in is sort of just broken rock and stone. You can see further ahead, it looks like some sort of structure laid low, who knows how long ago. Pieces of it strewn about the place, maybe natural disaster, maybe other, but is now just pieces of its former self. Though you can see a curved wall in the distance, not too far away. And you can see the glint of something upon it, some sort of shine. And that is where we are going to take our break. Uh, Thanks for being here. We're just having fun on water slides and having good times. How about you go get a snack and a drink, and we will be back in 10 minutes.
Thank you, 10.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Club for episode 221, 241, that one, of On the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break. Currently, we're in the Underdark, and we just had a bunch of fun on some water slides, and nobody got hurt or anything, and it was just fun. We're just here to have a good time. As you currently stand in the midst of a bunch of ruins, you see that Carling gets her shoes on and starts like walking forwards. She looks like a little interested in what's going on and like looking around. You can only kind of assume um, that she's never been to this area before. As you see her like taking in the space, it is kind of how you are taking in the space. Like, oh, interesting. But you're welcome to push forward or go take in your surroundings if you want to. Up ahead and a bit like a little off the path, not too far, you can see just like this, the most standing of the structures. There seems to be like some sort of like arched wall of stone that has like a bit of a glint to it.
Real quick, before we're too far into this space, I'm curious, how close to where the long way around would have put us out are we at this juncture?
I'm not sure if I am following your wording.
Sorry. When we were looking at our options for coming here, we had the fast way, which was the water slides, and there was the long way, which was the path around that led, like, it sounded like in a roundabout way in the same-ish direction as these ruins, but maybe like coming out at a different spot. And I was curious to know how close we are to where that would have taken us if we had gone the long way around.
I'm not sure if I'm 100% following, but we'll see if this wants to participate.
Let me make you big. Let's see.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
You see
Brilliant. So we
how
came out about the same place where that path would have ended.
this is Gorgoa.
It's I
You
see.
are like you're like here
I
instead of
got
being
it.
here.
I see. Okay. So
it is
we're
just
on
a
a much more
long
direct path.
Yes, you are on a much more direct path.
Okay.
You'll be arriving
Understood.
today.
Okay. Got you. Neat.
Unless something happens, but you will be arriving in Gorgoa, you think, before you'd need to rest.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you very much for the clarification. I appreciate it.
I think Roshan will mostly gauge Carling's body language at this. She seemed interested and that it was new, and Roshan would watch her and stand back and probably cast Detect Magic as we get close enough.
It's a good bet. It's a good bet. What have I got? I'd like to flick open the Lantern of Revealing and just kind of take a casual look around, just on the off chance there's anything weird or spooky or invisible hanging out.
Sure, you can roll me a perception check.
Thank you much. Alright, I do have advantage on that. Hell yeah, thank God for advantage. 26 total.
Sure. You have the lantern out and are walking along. Roshan, you will have to veer a bit off the path to kind of get close enough for your detect magic to pick up this thing, but it's not like you'd be like jogging out 200 feet to be like, let me go take a look. Anybody else doing anything in particular as you approach, or just waiting till you maybe get to this like this larger structure?
I'm just going to the big structure.
Yeah, Nyx has already veered and is walking towards it.
Looks cool.
Yeah, I think Keld's curious why it's shiny.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see if there's any evidence of like defenses or something on this structure. Like are there ballista or something like that, or murder holes?
Okay, from this distance, give me perception with disadvantage as you get closer.
Natural 1.
Oh, buddy.
Eyes and rock.
Can
Hey,
Rex
buddy, big
be
rock.
looking out in a similar fashion?
Rex will look out for enemies. I don't think Rex was looking out for parapet situations like you guys have
All
been in
right,
prior.
I can buy
So he'll
that.
be
I
like,
can
I'll
buy
keep an
that.
eye out for
Active
monsters.
threats. Thank you, Rex. We love that. Thank you.
So perception from Rex.
Rightio. He does have an inspiration, and I'd like for him to do well on this.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll have him use his inspiration. Okay, yeah. Alright, that's much more respectable. Thank you, thank you. That makes that a 19.
Okay. Do you remember when Rex got an inspiration? Because that does not ping anything in my memory. I'm not going to say it didn't happen. I just
No,
I
that's fair,
remember
but
when
like
he had advantage for one day because I was being nice to him, I think. No, that was only Russ and Egil who had advantage. I'm sure he got
yeah.
it for some reason. I just cannot
I
remember in the slightest.
I will swear to you that if I
Oh,
have it marked, I would not
I
just
don't
boop it on there.
care. I'm
No, that's
telling you,
fair, but
I
it's
don't
like
give a shit. I
my
just don't
memory
remember
be
how
so
it
Swiss
happened.
cheese. I swear to you, I can't remember the exact occasion. I'm sorry, but
That's
to
fine.
my
It was more of
knowledge, he
just
did
a
earn it.
curiosity. It wasn't
I
a
don't know.
it was not a questioning thing. It was a I don't remember that even a little bit kind of thing. And it was
Fair enough.
curious
I just
when I gave the
I try to be fair.
NPC inspiration and probably why I thought it was funny.
Mm.
And now I don't
Yeah.
know when that occurred.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that.
Anywho, you guys get closer. Um, uh, moving closer, you can see that there are designs, some sort of image upon this visible wall. It also looks like it might have an inlay of some metal of some sort, which is what's picking up maybe glints of light with the surrounding glowing mushrooms in places, the dim lighting in the space. Um, you can see um, there is a wall, this arched wall, and it seems to be connected to like it kind of looks like the remnants of a room. Like you're looking at what was once probably a room, but it is maybe like the back wall or the back corner, pieces of that. And it looks like it continues forward into a smaller room, but that room seems like partially caved in and like in the ground a bit. But you can see that this structure stands in front of it. Um, on the structure is what looks like a depiction of the seasons. There is pictures of new growth and then the falling of leaves and the beginning of snow and life starting to begin. Just this this sort of circle with these four images like pie slices along it. You can also see that taking a gander towards the ground, it looks like there is the earth seems fresh. Like there's a small pile of earth standing before this tableau, um and is uh before it there. And that's what you see immediately in the space.
I have questions.
Roshan, you see that because you have your magic. So let me go ahead and answer that if that's any of your questions. Um, the wall itself, magic. Something behind the wall, magic. The lump on the ground, magic.
Okay. Uh, Roshan will ponder aloud. I wonder if this wasn't originally from here. What use have they of seasons in a place without sun or snow? Unless they get that here. There's also the wall itself is magic, as well as something on the other side, and whatever is buried here. Um,
Hmm.
Roshan will look at Carling and ask, new or very old, and then Roshan will mime like a very old man for old, and then will do an illusion of like a seed sprouting into uh, a sprout for new.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Come
I
on.
could use Druidcraft to like help mimic that for him.
Ooh.
That is a 30.
Oh, well, that's my DC for relaying weird information to Carling.
Yes! Yes!
She looks at you and shrugs.
Hmm.
I mean, she understood, at least.
She seemed to comprehend what you were saying, and then kind of shrugs, and then you see like does like the iffy hand thing, and then like maybe like does her own depiction of like an older person. So it's like, I don't know, maybe older. She's just
Maybe,
guessing based on
probably
what she's
older.
looking at.
Okay. She may just not be a historian.
Yeah. It just seems strange. I
Hmm.
think Roshan would like to put we'll tell everyone that there are magical things here, and then would like to put a depiction of this 4 seasons in his journal and see if that rings any bells.
Okay, you can start doing that. Is there anything anybody else wants to do while Roshan draws a picture real quick?
Fen had the same idea that a depiction of seasons is out of place down here. And then he didn't have the crazy idea that the wall came from somewhere else. So he wants to go examine the wall to see if there's any indication that, like, has someone moved this? Was it like reassembled block by block or anything like that?
Can Nana
What?
move to assist?
Sure, Fen. What do you think you would roll to do that?
I have no idea.
I'm thinking maybe investigation, but it's so strange.
I would happily
Uh,
roll investigation.
yeah, you can have advantage from Nana, I guess. Actually, Nana, are you proficient in investigation?
Hang on. That's a good question because I know she has a debuff on intelligence.
It just means is
Investigation.
the
She is
little.
not proficient.
Okay, so Fen will be on his own on this.
Fuck. Well,
What do you add to investigation, Fen?
7.
7. Okay.
can I lend Rex's help instead?
Is Rex proficient in
He's
investigation?
not, but he has a +1.
No, no.
Damn it. Okay.
I need that circle filled. The dot
Very
must be
well.
darkened. So I'm gonna say the DC is 23 for an investigation check on this. That's like the peak information area is like 23.
Natural 1.
Perfect.
Okay, so
Rocks.
we need to say your dice set next
Yeah, rock.
in that case.
Stone. Rock.
Rock
that's
and
what you're picking up on.
stone.
Anybody else goofing around while Roshan draw a picture and see if that jog memory?
You said there was fancy pile of dirt in
Yeah,
front of it. I'm gonna go plant something there and use plant growth to help it grow.
sure. You go over
Overgrown.
and you go over to like spread the dirt. There's a seed in there.
Oh, I'm gonna let it grow. We'll just use Druidcraft. Grow.
Grow, you weird seed.
You watch the seed like kind of shimmer and shake for a moment. Something's preventing it from being affected by your like just your druid craft to grow it. So it's something, and you were told that it is magic. So it seems something is preventing your druid craft from working in this way.
The seed's magic. I'll take it with.
You can put it in your pocket.
I wonder what this is for.
I think I need to grow this somewhere, guys.
All right.
Guess we
I
could try
mean,
somewhere else.
Magic won't let it grow, and so we have to fix it.
Well,
Hmm.
certainly at the very least, I figure if it's a plant, it probably needs
Here,
some
let
sunlight.
me see it. Can I try something?
Yeah,
Most
here you go.
usually do, right?
I'm
Kel
gonna
will
bring it to
try to
everybody.
use cleansing touch on the seed.
What does cleansing touch do?
It allows me to end one spell. Oh, hold on. Is the seed willing?
it
I will take that
willing?
into account. But continue reading.
Yeah.
If
you
you
can
be
use your
willing, little
action
seed.
to end one spell on a willing creature that you touch.
Okay, so the question is it willing and is it a creature? These are the questions.
Yeah.
Um, Keld, this isn't gonna
What
go
is a
well.
creature?
We know this to be true in canon, but I would love you to roll me an Arcana check.
Hmm. Let me ponder this.
Yeah.
Also one I cannot help with.
13.
13. Okay. One spell or effect. Okay, now roll insight.
Hmm.
You've rolled high enough for me to allow insight in this scenario.
Wow. 16.
Okay. So you're like, okay, the seed is magic.
Hmm.
Nick says spell on it bad. Make no grow. Me no like. Me want seed grow. And do not take this for any further scenarios. Don't be like, Jillian, can I cleanse every object I find of spells on it? I'm just being nice right here. I'm just being pleasant.
This is for your sister.
You think that you're like, I think this can work. Like you're like, I think I can do this while you're starting to like your magic is slowly starting to like leach into the seed.
Hmm.
And there's something that hits you in a moment that maybe it's supposed to be this way and you don't understand it.
Hmm.
But you could also take the whatever effect has on it and remove it and then go from there. So it's up to you if you'd like to continue.
We can make Roshan journal about it first.
Not a bad idea. I kind of feel bad taking it from its home, but
Yeah. Well, he can journal about it right here. He's already doing it for the symbol. What's one more seed?
we just keep putting things in front of Roshan.
Roshan, I need you to do your identify thing on this seed. Thank you.
Why don't they
alright.
want it to grow?
Now that you did a good job drawing that one. So now this one.
Okay, so you're using identify on the
Yeah.
seed? Okay. So go ahead and start doing identify. Also give me arcana, please.
Go for it, bud.
Arcana is 32.
32.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'd love to tell you the School of Magic, girly. I couldn't even begin to even think about what to tell you the School of Magic is. But it does not seem like it is something like a trap or it does not seem like a negative effect is upon it. You're like, okay, from what I'm looking at, it does not look like something bad is happening to this seed. The magic
Yeah.
in the seed is very similar to the magic that is on the wall and on the pile of dirt. They seem to all be in the same wheelhouse of magic. Um, what you what you gander, what you gather from looking at the wall and sort of taking it in is perhaps this. One more roll. Give me religion. For that 32, roll it with advantage.
Wow, 2 18s
Mm,
plus 10,
so
so 28.
75. Okay.
75.
5 billion.
So you take a moment and look at it, and the place, you're getting the energy of reverence. You think this may have been a place of worship, a place that worshipped the seasons. Seems they are all held in equal regard, even though in this space, perhaps it is not as heavily affected as the place that you are from. Um, and it is depicting like not nature here, but like nature upstairs. So it is definitely portraying something that is far and away. But plenty of religions have done that. Something that is not close, something that is more difficult to understand, something that is not exactly theirs. So it could be people trying to understand, worship something foreign, or it could be people that used to live upstairs on Midgard and came down here and wanted a place to worship something that they had lost. You're not so sure. When you identify the seed, you believe it is some sort of conduit, that it is in some way connected as a key to the wall. As you can see that there is no visible door to the following room. You think that they are connected in that way. That this is in some way kind of like um, a very fancy, intricate doorbell. You just got to figure out how to ring it.
Roshan will ponder that aloud and say, I think it has something to do with the wall. Perhaps if we find a place to plant it within the mural, and Roshan will look and see if there are any slots in the fall, spring, winter areas that could accommodate a seed.
Give me an investigation check.
That's a net 20.
Okay. You look over the wall and look at the depiction of the beginning of life, the falling of leaves, the dead of winter, and then the cycle returning again. Uh, and you are seeing no divots or places in the wall to place the seed. You can see sort of where the seam is, where perhaps this wall opens to allow you into the next space. But it does not seem that the seed goes in the wall.
Well, I don't think the two are combined in some way. The only way I can guess is that the seed must be planted here, and perhaps that would allow passage beyond.
Perhaps when other conditions are met?
Do I
Something to
have
do
to?
with the other
I'll
seasons?
rebury the seed and we'll put some water on it.
Are they
Okay.
depicted in the order spring, summer, fall, winter, or in a ring a certain order, or?
You watch as this water falls on top of the seed. What spell are you using?
Uh, she would just do create water, so
Okay.
like a little bit of the rainfall on it.
Okay.
Uh, it goes and it moistens the soil a moment, and then boop. a little sprout sticks out of the earth.
Oh,
It was just thirsty.
I guess so.
Well,
On the season depiction, the next one is summer. It is a beautiful image of this plant becoming stronger and livelier under a strong sun.
well,
Oh.
guys, be prepared. I'm gonna cast daylight, and it's gonna be a little brighter in here for a moment.
Okay, Kaling, your eyes. It's gonna be bright.
Carling watches everyone cover their eyes and then is like, okay, I can take a hint.
Oh, cast daylight. Big ball of light.
And this very dark space is immediately full with the light of the sun.
Ooh. Oh, I wasn't used to
Ooh,
it.
my headphone.
Oh.
And you watch as like almost like the rays from the sun are like pulled down and on to the sapling where you watch it grow and twist upwards and turns into currently a very small tree.
Ooh.
The next depiction is fall. You can see that it is a tree that is beginning to have its leaves change color and they are beginning to fall from their branches. You can also see the lines depicting wind moving through the tree itself, pushing leaves away.
Feels as though this is very well suited to your talents,
Guys,
Nix.
I have prepared so many of the right spells for once in my life.
Oh,
We were
hell
ready
yeah!
for this.
Satisfactory. Oh,
was
that's
meant
so
to be.
satisfying, though. When you have such a wide palette to paint with, like a druid
So
does.
many options.
Yeah.
God, that's so
Do I
satisfying.
have
You
to use a
think
higher spell
one of
slot?
my 10
Yes.
smites would help?
No, don't smite the tree keld. I'll just blow
That's
wind
not
at
the
it.
solution.
It's okay.
God.
Okay.
I do have to use a
What?
third level spell slot for gust of wind, but it's fine.
Okay. You use gust of wind and you watch as the tree sways and sort of as the wind touches it and moves through the leaves, you watch as they change color where the wind touches and they begin to turn to reds and oranges and yellows and all of the leaves slowly begin to fall. The next depiction is winter and it is a barren tree, snow surrounding it, cold and barren.
Well.
Well, we let it be a creature once already, so can I frostbite the tree?
This one tree. This one specific tree.
It causes frost to form on one creature that you can see.
Uh-huh.
It's already been deemed a willing creature.
I think
It is part of this whole
Roshan-
little magic ritual thing.
I think Roshan sees her gearing up to be a little destructive and says, "Mind if I try something gentle?" And will draw some water out of his water skin with shape water and coalesce in a cloud above the tree and then come down in gentle snowflakes.
Okay.
I guess I technically could have done that too, but
Why not share the load?
Always choosing the fireball when you need a knife.
I can't fireball. You do that.
You're right. I'm the one who does that.
To be fair, you've only done it the once or the twice.
You watch as where each like piece of snow lands on this small barren tree. You like each little pinprick becomes just like a spidering vein of ice that begins to engulf the tree until it is covered in a thin layer of ice with icicles hanging from the branches. And you hear a snap as the tree breaks down and sinks back into the earth. And you hear another crack as the wall behind it breaks open a little bit and then gets sort of jammed because it's partially in the floor and broken and like kind of at a bad angle. So the door is openable. It's just now it's awkwardly placed and not super easy, but the door opens a little.
Hooray! We have a method of egress.
Roshan would give a high five to Nyx.
Yeah, high five.
Very well done, both of you.
You know, that was beautiful. I was just going to walk over the wall, but I'm glad we went through this. It was quite pretty.
It's fascinating to me that they've got all of this in place to worship the seasons, basically, far as I can tell, or
Well,
hold it
they're
in
worth worshipping.
veneration.
Mhm.
Mhm. I can't
Amen.
disagree.
Let's see what's inside.
Curious to
Okay.
know where they got that seed, though.
How you guys opening this kind of fucked up door?
Keld, you're up.
Hmm.
I did the hard part, so you got this.
Well,
Yeah, Keld, you're presented with like a 10-foot stone door that's at a bad angle and
What,
Rex
kind of
can
what
covered in
angle
dirt
assist.
are
at
we
the bottom.
talking?
Hmm?
What angle are we talking?
You can kind of open it the normal way, but it's gonna be like not easy.
By the
Rex does
normal
have a
way,
plus
you
2
mean
to
push,
strength.
pull, slide,
Pull.
heave?
It pull.
Pull.
Okay.
Okay.
It opened double pull. Like
Hmm.
boof.
Like
So it was kind of
Aragorn.
meant to like
this.
dramatically open
towards you.
towards you.
It
Like,
opened
ooh, you did it! The Cave of Wonders.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it looks like it was meant to do that fully, but literally like scraped against something wrong and is now just sort of stuck like very, very slightly ajar.
The kid,
Not even to the extent where you could see in. But Keld, you walk up and mano this fucked up door.
Okay.
I'm ready to wrestle this door and
Yeah,
or
you know what?
dig
If
dirt
you
out
do want
as
Rex's
needed.
assistance, he's got a
Oh.
plus 2 on strength.
So, what I would like to do is when Keld gives it the old heave ho, I want to be ready with the immovable rod to like capture any progress that's been made. So every time he heaves, it doesn't fall back into place.
Hmm. Nice.
A doorstop.
Yeah.
Keld, go ahead and roll strength. I will give you an extra plus 2 from Rex.
Thank you, Rex. That's
Roshan is
all.
going to wait until it looks like Keld is struggling and then just give him a little woo if he needs it for bardic inspiration.
21.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is he struggling with a 21?
It doesn't look easy. Like
Then he can have a bardic.
yeah.
How big is Bardic these days?
D10.
Ooh.
Big.
That's a big bardic you have there.
Heave. Ooh, 10. 20 or 31.
Okay.
Whatever I said.
So Fenn's there ready with the immovable rod, and Keld's like, okay, I'm getting this open, but you feel like it may exhaust you. Like you're like, this is actually kind of difficult, and I'm putting a lot of effort into it. And then there's like a wave of magic that like runs up your spine, and you just go, and you just throw the fucking door open, and you're like, oh, never mind. I think it was just kind of stuck on something for like a second, and I got past that.
Yeah.
You just had to lock the fuck in.
Lock in.
Okay. The door swings open, and you see that maybe once this was a large, resplendent room, and who knows how far back it went. Now it is 80% caved in and destroyed. But there is something inside of it.
Hmm?
Now, boys, let's chat. Is there something y'all want? You can also point to like a season, and I can work with that. Or if there is an item or a potion that you are interested in, magical or otherwise, or you could say you would like to do winter, summer, a spring or fall, and I will work with that, or I will accept options from the peanut gallery.
Is there a cursed sword in here somewhere?
Sadly, no cursed sword. That'd be
Good
there's
start.
a sword, and you're
Good
like,
start.
hold on.
That'd be so
That cursed.
wild. Ah, that'd be so wild. If this was the ruined fort, and that was it, ah,
Yeah, this seems to be a temple. It does not give
Hmm.
fort energy.
okay.
And if you don't have
I'm
ideas, once again, pick one of the seasons, and I will work with that. But if you have something in mind, I will also take that.
nothing in mind for me, but I think fall creates cool items.
Fall sounds cool.
Yeah, I like autumn
We
vibe.
like fall.
We do like
You
an
guys
autumn
like
vibe
fall?
in this house.
Let's embrace the season of death. Right? Peter?
Death and renewal. Death and renewal.
Mm.
Maybe not death, just dormancy.
Mm.
Also true. In preparation for transformation sometimes.
Dormancy, not some kind of necromancy.
Okay. So I have a
Yeah,
few
we
options.
necromanced
That's what it took to open that
doors.
door.
And one of them fills me with rage, but I'm not going to fight against it and will allow it to be on the list. It fills me with such dread and fear, but she may remain on the list. Nix, how about you roll me
Hmm.
a d4?
A 3.
Okay. I'm gonna let you roll one more time for funsies, just to fill me with dread one more time, and then I'm gonna work with the two numbers.
I think she's into this dread.
Oh no, guys! Ooh, I hate it.
Keld's about to get a Vorpal sword.
Oh no.
Snicker snack!
My second one was a 4.
Okay. So I think this is the one I'm probably gonna go with then. Let's pull her up. Welcome to AI gives me a list of magic items and we roll to see which one we get. You go inside and it looks like you're like, I bet there was some amazing bullshit deep in the recesses of this, buried under this earth and deep inside of it, which you currently cannot get to. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you at this exact way that it is laid before you, you'd walk into it and it is dirt wall. But you see laid out across the floor, sort of covered in dirt and crumpled. But Roshan, with the last moments of your magical vision, you see that it gives a glow of magic before disappearing. There seems to be a uh, beautiful sort of ombre blue cloak, starting light blue, starts like white at the inside bottom, moves up the back like on the inside to a light blue, goes over the collar is light blue, and then fades to a dark blue on the other side. So an ombre around the entirety of the cloak as it lays on the ground.
Well, gorgeous cloak. Roshan will pick it up and dust it off. Does anyone care to try it on, or would you like me to investigate it first? And
Let's
Roshan will
make
look
sure
pointedly
it's-
at Nyx.
Let's make sure it's not cursed
I was
first.
tempted to put it on. You can look at it. You're already holding it, Roshan. You should look at it.
If you wouldn't mind terribly.
I think Roshan says, I suppose I wasn't worried about this one since it was in a place of reverence rather than. But I understand the apprehension and will. He'll go back outside to cast the spell.
Given what
Or
we're in here to
outside.
find, you know.
Yeah. You head back out. Are you doing ritual or are you using a spell slot?
Let's see. I did ritual for the first one. I've got plenty of spell slots, so I'll just identify it.
Okay. This is the Cape of the Mountebank. You can cast Dimension Door with it. It does
I know
not
this
require attunement. She's a nasty bitch, but not as
That is
nasty as the other
nasty.
item you guys danced around.
Ooh, what was it?
What was it?
Let me go back so I can tell you what the AI was working with. So one of them was a sensor of controlling air elementals, so you could have had that. The other one was the wind fan, which lets you cast gust of wind. The other one was the Cape of the Mountebank, and the other one was a broom of flying. And I would have been so crotchety if broom of flying was included. And Fen became a warplane that sails across the fucking sky and rains arrows from above. I would have accepted the dice doing it. But the other one you landed on was the wind fan, and I decided to go with the Cape of the Mountebank. So those were your options. Broom of flying, so close yet so far. But now you have that.
This
Goodbye,
will allow you
Huckleberries.
to teleport quite long distances. I would say, Nana, I think you're the only one without the ability to fly or teleport themselves at least a little bit. So, do you have any want of a new cloak? It is pretty.
It's very pretty. I mean, honestly, at the very least, Rex, allow me to offer it to you, since you have the ability to shoot someone and teleport them, at least to someplace else for a little while.
You can also take him with you if you teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dimension Door you can do up to 2 creatures. So you and somebody else could be Dimension Doored.
Well, the offer does stand, Rex, if you would like it.
I think you could hold on to it, and if you seem to have no need, then I will take it off of your hands. But I think I'm all right.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you. That should help quite a bit, I think.
Might come in handy.
Could well do, could well do. I don't have any doubt about that. So that is gonna be...
After he's inspected the cloak, I think he does want to take just a look around inside the temple space to see if there's any more signs and symbols that would identify this place.
Sure. Go ahead and roll investigation and then religion.
Investigation is 22. Religion is 27.
Okay.
28.
So, the symbols that you are able to pick up on seems to be a continuation of symbols of nature. You are in, you think, the beginning of this chamber. Ergo, you're seeing a lot of depictions of spring and rain and things of the like. It could be because it's further back or not, but you're not seeing any depictions of gods.
Okay.
You are just seeing depictions of nature, and this is a place of reverence, but it does not seem to be one reverence for a god.
Sure. He'll just take a short survey of the area and then make his way back outside and suggest, well, perhaps we should get moving on toward Gorgoa.
I suppose so. If this was not, in fact, a pathway forward, excellent and interesting diversion it might be, but we'd best be moving on.
Can you spare me 10 minutes?
If you need it, I don't see why not. Do you need any help?
No, just some quiet. And Fen just wants to spend a little time in this space. Like, what it seems to represent really vibes with him. So he's just gonna just take a time looking around at any sort of murals or tapestries or anything, and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of missing the not Underdark.
Yeah. There is the beginnings of an image. You're almost able to reach summer from where the collapse has begun. And you can just see the beginnings of these beautiful orange rays of the sun that are depicted on the wall, but you cannot see their source. And that is as deep as you are able to go into the space. But you're able to look at these depictions of flowers and saplings and just these downpours in places. Like there will be just like these beautiful flowers. And then in the next, there will be just, you see them sagged with rain and damp. Uh, and then the beginning of those beautiful orange rays of sun. And you can take a moment for reverence in this place. Um, you can see Carling kind of going back over to like where the seed is and being like, that's weird as hell. As she like kind of looks at it and is like, weird. This is all interesting. And yep.
While we're here, Nana would like to invite Carling to at least maybe see if we can at least figure out spring, summer, fall, and winter.
You receive 4 words that you think may align with the seasons.
All right, we'll check that when we get to our destination. So, thank you. And Nana will provide spring, summer, fall, winter for her benefit if she's curious.
She's like, okay, like she seems to understand that like what the words are like aligning with.
Mhm.
In her mind, they are aligning with what she has given you. So there's
Okay.
been an exchange of information.
Cool.
Okay. And then you push forward, leaving this place of reverence behind you as you continue towards Gorgoa. Um, you eventually get past this area of rubble and it returns back to just large stalagmites, stalactite, varying mushrooms and mosses, and strange tall things similar to trees, but not exactly ones that you can identify. You think they might be big ass mushrooms, but they just seem to branch out at the top. But I'm assuming Nyx touches them, but they have like a kind of almost like because they look barky, but there is sort of a spongy give to them. So it's like this could just be a huge mushroom. And Nyx is able to pop off like one of the little branches and take it away.
Is it big enough for us to try transport via plants later?
I'd say so.
All right, guys, remember where this is so we can come back here. We might try to leave this way.
All right. You guys mark it
Cool.
on your map. That's very
All
good
right.
and and useful.
We'll probably maybe need to find a map of the actual Underdark when we make it into town, but we can at least take note of the things that we note down here.
Yeah. You do your best to line them up on the map as you continue forward. And some time passes. It is getting later in the day, and you can see Gorgoa as you approach. And you can see the water that twists and moves past it, and you can see the huge gulch right next to it. It looks like from your point of view, like a sheer drop, and the town is just right next to it. Um, you're sure this is fine. If they're comfy, you're comfy. But it seems to be just a small town and it's a little precarious on the precipice of a chasm. That's all.
I'm sure
Um,
if it became a problem, they could just push it somewhere else.
Straight into the humongous ditch.
That
Um,
is technically somewhere else.
Now you get closer to the town and start to make out the buildings, and I'd love to know what you guys think you see, building wise, structure wise. What non-humanoid situation do you think is in this town? Everybody is welcome to give me something.
Well, surely there's at least a respectable population of Sverfneblin, since
N-
the
no people,
miners.
no people.
Oh, no?
I want
Oh,
everything besides people. I
everything
would
besides
consider them
people.
humanoids.
Oh, got it. Sorry. I misunderstood the prompt. I'm there.
Chill. I'll maybe handle the people till I ask you to name them or tell me what I'm looking at, but we're doing the exterior
Mm,
right now.
okay.
Notable structures or types of buildings or shops or restaurants or what have you,
I'm
statues,
I'm
hopscotch, none of
seeing
my
like
business.
some kind of like there is at least one bridge structure, I think, that has been worked either materially or magically to incorporate several very huge like stalagmites and stalactites
Mm.
both as securing like rungs from either the bottom or the top of this enormous cave structure. It may lead to like maybe an upper level of the city or across a gap or something like that, but that's what I'm seeing.
Sure.
I think from the base of the cavern all the way up to the top, there is a ring of like hand worked mud houses that just kind of in a spiral move all the way up a stalagmite that is clearly made for someone who is used to climbing rather than walking.
Okay.
I think there's at least one structure, if not several small structures, with some sort of artificial source of light and mirrors to be little greenhouses in order to grow food for these people. You know, can't survive on mushrooms alone.
Mm.
There will surely be at least some produce that will benefit from having controlled growing conditions, if nothing else.
Yeah.
All my brain says is one really large stalagmite that they have carved out to be the main uh, in town. That's just like dead in the center of this circling path.
That's where
Perfect.
the
And
inn is?
what's she
Give me
called?
a second on a name. Give me
Okay.
I'll give you a
second.
Okay.
second.
That's permissible.
Let
That's
me
a
think
very
of puns.
strong
I'm not a
contender.
pun
Yeah.
name person. Give me a moment.
I think I picture a bunch of bridges since there seem to be things hanging from, well, I guess just fun bridges up these stalactites or whatever. Sort of like sky bridges, if you will,
Okay.
connecting different
So
stalagmite things.
Nana gave us stalactite bridges. And I'd like to, because if you're having the same thought, could you tell me what you think they might be made of or what they look like? Or maybe if are they made from the stone? Are they carved into it? Is it pieces of wood put in? Is it all ropes? What is it made of?
I was picturing like ropes and wooden, like normal bridge situation.
Okay.
Like a hanging wooden bridge.
Yeah.
rope bridge, sort of
Okay.
like classic Indiana Jones style
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of situation.
Sure.
Hmm.
I'm gonna need that in name.
Let's go with the Might and Mug.
Thank you.
The
That
might
works
and
for
mug.
me.
Like just the letter N in the middle.
The might and mug.
Yeah.
I
Might.
love that.
Let me
That's so
edit.
good.
Okay. You enter into this space and can see the homes of mud and rock spiraling up the stalagmites and these bridges that lead up to more homes and higher up places. These aren't super common. There's maybe like 4 of them in different spots around to have, a stalactite large enough for homes to be built upon it. There are not a bunch of them, but there are 4 that you can see. Um, it seems that there are a number of hanging rope bridges that connect these places together so you don't have to climb all the way back down and then climb up the next one. So they're connected like little streets with these bridges up top. Um, there is an area that you can see in the distance that glows a bit brighter than the rest of the area as artificial light is refracted to create a small greenhouse that you can only assume some sort of vegetation is growing within. And on one large stalag, you can see it looks like it was carved into being some sort of place of business, and the streets are empty. There is
Uh-oh.
no one in sight. The windows that you can see nearby are boarded up. Nearby doors you can see have been sundered. You can also see now familiar in a couple places along the streets the soft glow of blue mushrooms in the shape of bodies. The body's no longer there, but the residue of where they once were. It
Oh
is
no.
quiet.
Hold on. Nana would like to listen very carefully. Because if
Okay.
this whole village is truly empty, then we have one problem. If we're hearing people, that may mean survivors who need help. If something else, we need to be on our guard.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Rex, that one will give you advantage.
We love our named tanky boys. We love them
Mm.
very much. Ooh, hot diggity. All right, thank you for the advantage. The better one is before the modifier, a 19 on the dice. Perception adds 14. That is 33.
Okay. You listen for a moment. There's the gentle creak of wood. Catches your eye. Somebody is peeking out a window, and they quickly close it. There are people here, but they are
Okay.
hiding.
They're afraid. Obviously, something's been hunting them.
I don't think it's more basilisks because
We'd
the
see
people
stone
here,
remains.
yes, people here are not petrified.
Not that we've seen so far, at least.
Well, they're just lying about the street, being
They've
consumed
not
by
exactly
mushrooms.
done
The only one we saw like that was the one who would shut himself off.
Right, true. Laying out in the open, they'd be much more likely to be stone. So it's something
What
else.
is Carling's reaction to this?
Carling seems like scared and confused.
Yeah.
Is sticking like very close to you guys. Is not like wandering out to go look, but it seems scared.
Do we know where she lives?
She informed you that she knows people in Gorgoa. She doesn't live in
Okay.
Gorgoa.
Oh,
Okay.
I see.
Should we go to the inn? Perhaps it's a
If
stone building. It
there's-
looks like.
If there's still people left and they're still trying to keep things normal, then the inn would still be open.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to look around a little better. Can't really
nothing
see much
else-
from here.
If there is an innkeeper still, then perhaps they'll be willing to tell us what happened. Maybe they can. Hopefully they speak common.
Yeah, Fen has his bow drawn. He's fully in something bad is here mode.
Okay.
Mhm.
You all begin to move with purpose towards the inn, which you can see carved and painted upon it is the Might and Mug.
In common,
And-
right? Or
For
does
Roshan,
have to
it says
translate it
the
for
Might
us?
and Mug.
The rest of us, no.
It is gobbledygook to you all, except
Uh,
Roshan.
That's just
I
another
cannot
building,
read it.
so.
Yeah.
Can't
Roshan's
read
like,
any of
this
these
is an inn.
signs.
The sign on this street thing, it says in this way. So let's go this way.
And eventually he sees a big ol' rock.
Yeah. You
And it's
guys
got
do
a
catch
sign.
the occasional like shift of somebody like watching from their homes. There seem to be like multiple people here. A
Mhm.
lot of the damage seems to be houses on the outer edge that you walked past.
Okay.
And then there is some, but like everything is boarded up and closed, and there is damage to the roads. There is damage to the roofs of buildings. There is just damage everywhere. Some places are untouched, but
Is
there
it
is
just like impacts?
Does it look like
Is it
water
fire?
damage?
What's the damage?
people are
What
welcome
is
to
their
roll.
damage?
What's the damage? You're welcome to roll investigation if you'd like to just check that out while you're moving forward.
I'd like to look
I
at
have it
bodies
open.
specifically, see if
Yeah.
there's like visible signs of trauma. Like, does it look like this was illness, or were these people shot with arrows, stabbed with swords?
You're welcome to take a look. There are no bodies. It's almost like chalk outlines, but with mushrooms.
I
Nat
have a
20.
9 minus 1. An 8.
You don't know.
I don't know. Help might
21.
know.
Rock.
25.
Yes, Kel?
20, nat 20.
Ooh, very cool.
Hell yeah,
Roshan
bud.
and Keld, you're able to sort of like both start like looking, and Nana's like, that looks like, damage is damage. What are you gonna do?
I'm with
I
Nana with
mean-
my one that I got.
Mhm.
Honestly, if there was water damage, it could have dried up by now for all I know.
Yeah. You're not picking up on any water damage. A lot of it does look a bit more impact related.
Okay. Not like a big, like, obvious burn mark anywhere. Nothing
No,
looks
there's
like
no
it was
like
burned
there's nothing
down.
like elemental. There's no fire. There is
Okay.
no water.
Okay.
This
It's
does not
nothing
seem to be
super obvious.
natural. No, it
Okay.
does not seem to be natural.
Could I
It
maybe
looks like-
do a survival check to see if it looks like animal type?
You're already goofed.
Okay.
But
Fair enough.
you're
Yeah.
goofed.
All right.
But Roshan and Keld, the damage itself, it doesn't look like it's from like weapons. That doesn't seem to hold true to you. It does not seem. It seems like something very strong did this, or something very fast, or these houses are made out of garbage. But there are strange, like, things that your best estimate, this is just your best estimate based on your vague knowledge of what might be going on. It could be claw or teeth. like there is some sort of damage that looks akin to that in places.
Big claw teeth?
Uh, pretty big claw teeth.
Hmm.
Pretty raise his hand. Big claw teeth.
Or
Big
little
claw teeth.
teeth.
Nix, keep your eyes peeled. There might be something that wants to swallow you here.
Not
Oh, well, we'll
again.
find it pretty fast if that's what it's looking to do.
It's
I
looking for
mean-
a snack.
Honestly, it's perhaps the most reliable barometer we've found so far. I
And
hate that.
Fen, give me investigation for your forensics at looking at the chalk outline. See if you can gather anything from your situation.
24.
Okay. The bodies seem to be smaller. Some of them like akin to carling size. So in that size range. Um, you can see where the mushrooms are picking up on like blood splatter where they have followed it and grown. It seems like there is a pool that went underneath where the bodies fell and then they bled out there. There also seems to be damage that looks like it was like some sort of maybe impact of some sort that threw blood in a direction. So it seems to have been something that, like, from what everybody's saying, you are not thinking these are done by swords, but it kind of has the spread of if something was hit by like a sword or sliced with a dagger, that kind of thing. So it has a blood spray.
This was violent, not illness.
I was rather worried that was the case. I
It's
can't
hard to
tell
tell
much
how
beyond the
recent it
obvious.
was.
Well, the bodies are largely gone. The one that we saw before was still discernible as a person, and from what I could guess, might have been 2 weeks it had been there.
Hmm.
So this must have been longer ago than that.
It seems like people are still here, scared to go.
I'd love to hope that we can get information from them, but I don't know that we'll be able to speak with them as, gestures to Carling.
Hmm.
No indication that any of them speak any of our languages, but we can try. Don't want to
We'll see what
provoke
we can
more
do.
violence out of people who are feared of whatever this was.
Right.
Just let us be careful.
Well, hopefully, at the very least, Carling can speak to us being not homicidal maniacs.
She doesn't know.
It's our
Okay.
secret.
You all move forward through town. In total, you hear maybe like 5 people like that you can take note of, like looking through windows or taking note of you. You make your way to the Mite and Mug, and there are no windows to speak of at the Mite and Mug. She's a big rock, but she does look like she has a sturdy door. And you do see that there are some defenses put up around it where you can kind of see like those fences that just have like the leaned forward like pieces of wood. There's like 2 poorly built versions of those next to the door, kind of pushed in front of it a little bit. And the door is shut.
What's the chimney situation look like? Presumably they cook
Um,
food here.
Go ahead and roll me another investigation check.
17.
You're not picking up on any smoke. But you see a couple spots higher up that you're like, okay, maybe this is something akin to a chimney.
A vent for
Anything-
fumes of cooking.
Anything that looks like one of the more slender of us might be able to fit down it.
You wouldn't know unless you climbed up there and looked.
Well,
I would like
let's.
to climb up there and look.
Fen just starts climbing.
All right.
We could knock on the door, but you know,
I was going to say.
we'll try to
if
open it.
I would not do that. I would suggest we try and present ourselves as thinking creatures who would like to get in, and not whatever thing ran rampant through this place.
I just don't want a pike through the eye as soon as we knock on the door. That's all.
I don't disagree. That's why I
can
think that.
regrow it. It's fine.
Ergo, I will go through the chimney and pop out.
Right.
Didn't say I was going
yeah.
through. Just wanted to see if it was large enough that we could if we
Yeah.
needed to.
I'm just looking. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I'm just looking. I'm gonna do it.
I just want to know if I can,
I'm
girly.
just looking.
So you touched the chimney.
If I thought I could fit down it.
It's a mimic chimney.
Yeah, Fen, you can go up to the chimney. The chimney adjacent thing. You're like, I think I could fit in the chimney. You feel pretty confident. You're like, I could. It's not gonna be comfy, but you're like, I think I could. What's team downstairs doing? Well, Fen's like, I could fit in this chimney.
Do you
I'm
think
Knocking.
we could?
Yeah, we knock on the door.
You knock on the door
Hello?
and you hear quiet, except for the murmuring of people, and kind of like you kind of hear like shushing and like it seems like a bit of like quiet panic, and then it like the hum kind of dies down again, and it is quiet again.
We're sorry. Speak common?
Carling steps forward, and is going to start talking to the people through the door. She's gonna roll to see if she has any sway here.
Roshan, support her.
Come on.
Yeah, Roshan will place a hand on her shoulder and give her a D10 of Bardic.
A very emphatic thumbs up.
Let's go ahead and roll this D10. Now I know I have these. Okay. Okay. So instead of adding 1 to the roll, she'll be now adding 9 to the roll.
Hell yeah.
And because I think Carling's cool and we all trust Carling here, I'm going to give her advantage because she speaks the language. And if she's lucky, maybe she knows somebody inside. Okay. The first roll is a nat 1. And the other one is a 16 on the dice. I was like, ooh, girly, calm down. Okay. There is a moment, and then the door, you hear thunk, thunk, scrape as things are moved away from the door. And the door opens, and you see an older goblin man like and like motioning for you all to come in incredibly quickly. Oh, you're muted, Nana, but we can only assume you're yelling at Fen.
Fen, come on, quick.
All right. Fen will walk down the stalagmite and rejoin his friends.
The goblin man who's like leaning out and like looks over and is like ah! And gets like startled when Fen just appears from the sky.
Sorry.
You all enter into the space and see about 20 to 30 people in here. Most of them are goblinoid. There are some deep gnomes, but goblins seem to be the larger grouping of people here. I'd love if each of you could describe a person in the room for me. Even if it's just like they have this one feature. So like their lineage and a feature.
There is a deep gnome, probably teenager who is
Mhm.
laying on the mantelpiece of the fire with one swinging leg and is smoking an Underdark cigarette.
Mm. And what is their name? I'm gonna fuck you guys over. What's their name?
Theris.
Eris. Okay.
I've got one. I've got for you, yeah, I don't suppose there's any chance of there being a Duergar in
Sure.
this setup? One Duergar. Looks to be in something probably approaching robes? I mean, probably unclear exactly of what type or style, but seems to be of a magical, maybe religious bent, shaved head, very prominent eyebrows. Um, his name is Sigurd Bergson.
All right. Yes, make the people for the town for me. Yes. Dance for me.
Mwahaha, while I sneak in my OCs. Ha 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 ha.
Hopefully I don't kill them soon.
I mean, we'll see. This is an alternative universe. It's an offshoot. It's fine.
Sure.
It can be a burner. Just like our first try with Bosch.
Mm.
I think there is a drow named Cole, and he has sectioned off a portion in the corner where he's got a table and he's got model uh like mine cart tracks set up, and he is just pushing the pushing a little model mine cart around on the track. Uh Plainly dressed, doesn't seem to talk to anyone.
Mm. Okay. Don't be scared. No one be afraid. Be not afraid.
Jillian, biblically accurate.
Be not
Eyes
afraid.
resplendent.
Scary. I think there's also going to be a Dwergar there who appears to be not elderly, but just like an older gentleman. We'll
Mhm.
call him fatherly.
Mm.
Dad
Um,
vibes.
Yeah. He does seem to be like holding on to a mug of something, just sort of eyes on everyone, sort of watching, if you will.
Mm.
And I think if you asked his name, he'd call himself Beetle.
Beetle.
Okay. Katie.
I'm gonna stick a human person in here.
All right.
Or so
Yeah, we'll
diverse.
pick. Yeah, add something different. We'll name them Vlandril. They have no hair. I want Roshan slightly terrified that Gunhild is in this room for a second,
Yeah.
as he just sees the back of this shaved head as we walk in. This person has a lot of bandages on their fingers, unsure why, and just a pile of wrappers from assorted foods that from being in here for so long, just in front of them with a dead stare looking at the table.
Okay.
Can I give you one more?
Sure.
There's a goblin woman who is half blind, half deaf, in charge of cooking, and she always makes too much noise and people keep shushing her.
Mm. And her name?
Tuveen.
Puvine. Now I get to see how I spelled them and how Josh spelled all these names, and it's going to be fun for me later. And you can see that there's about 20 to 30 people in here, mostly goblins and deep gnomes. You guys are kind of covering the outliers. So there's a couple Duergar and a couple drow and one human. One human here who gives Roshan maybe a little startle for a second, but it's like, no, how could she even? How could she? Why would she? Um, but you were ushered
Significantly
in.
increases our chances of maybe having somebody who knows a language we know.
That's true, and also to have Gunhild here probably useful, maybe not. But she is
What,
not
did
to
she
the
ride the
best of your
waterfall?
knowledge. She's like, hell yeah, watch this ship. And I
Surf
bet she
down
was
that shit.
cool doing it. Um, but you were ushered in by this older goblin man. It looks like he has like scraggly, long gray and white facial hair. Um, it looks like at one point it may have been like waxed and like into position. As you can see, there's a slight curve to the ends, but it just seems messy as if it has not been tended to recently. Um, he seems to be wearing slightly nicer garb, and seems at one point he was probably very put together, and seems to be in a position of some sort of either wealth or power or both, and has opened the door for you, fumbling with glasses on their face that they push up while they quickly close the door behind you. And two other members of the community, once you are inside, come over and begin the process of like boarding up the door again and hiding themselves inside this barricade. Um, Carling goes up to this goblin man and begins talking to him. And there's sort of like a kind of a frantic back and forth between the two. Um, one second. I should just have this up for my own amusement. Um, she like turns back to you and like motions to the goblin man. Uh, Give me more. Sraturk.
Frotek?
Sraturk.
Frotek.
Carling. Sraturk.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, Nana, Roshan, Nix, Keld, Rex.
Geld will hold out his hand for a handshake.
Um, this little goblin man will look up at you and take his scrawny little hand out, and he will take yours and he will shake it. There is a firmness to his shake,
Mm.
but you can feel that his hands are like a bit clammy, and there is a little bit of like a tremor to them. And you begin sort of like trying to introduce yourselves, and Carling is like trying to help because like you introduce yourselves and he seems to like understand and repeats your names back to you, but the second any other words are starting to be used,
Mm.
it becomes complicated immediately. And then you hear from across the room, don't worry about it, as you watch
thank God.
as a goblin man, looks like he's visually maybe in his 60s, wrinkled, aged skin, pocked, um, hair sort of swept to the side, mostly out of necessity. It is looks like it's dyed black. He has sort of skin that's like leaning, it kind of has a tanner look to it. Like it's tan and then like green on like the elbows and on like the chin and the tips of the ears. And then there are some spots that are like graying, and it looks like it may be from like damage or scarring. He is rotund. He is very circular and has like a large stomach and you can see that these scars cover parts of his body, and his outfit seems stained and dirty, and his eye a bit lazy as he comes over.
It's our contact.
Yeah, boar bait, and will stick out a gross hand to Keld.
Bullbait.
Keld will shake it all the same.
Your
Yeah.
reputation precedes you.
That's what they tell me. I know. What are Sunwalkers doing here?
Well, we've business that would bring us toward a keep or a fortification in the area, though I'm honestly more interested in what's got everyone around here so spooked.
Obviously, something's attacked recently, but we're not sure what exactly. We're aware of there being something that can turn people to stone not very far away in a mine, which is where Paul...
Oh, the quarry?
Yes, exactly the
Yeah,
one.
that's rough. We had to abandon the quarry. Not me personally, but
The town.
yeah,
Hmm. That's unfortunate.
that's a
But
shame.
that's entirely separate from what happened here.
Oh yeah, I think so.
It's a
Feels
good way
pretty different
away,
to
but
me.
So it wasn't basilisks here.
No, um, creatures got big teeth and sharp hands, and they keep coming every night. They come from the ravine.
you
They
say
come from the
hands. Do they
gorge.
walk on their hind legs?
Every
And they have their
night.
front hands, they have those free?
Sometimes they're all on four. Sometimes they stand
Oh,
up on 2 feet,
okay.
but they're going around and causing problems. Each night's gotten worse.
Hmm.
Oh dear.
How many
It's like,
nights?
this has been going on for almost a week now, and
Oh dear.
it's looking grim. Yeah.
Hmm.
He kind of looks around
What?
the room.
What usually happens when something like this happens? I mean, is there anyone you can turn to for help further up the
Well,
chain?
we're pretty far away from the larger cities, and we sent people out, but at this rate, uh, it's been a good run for your man, board bait.
Well, don't necessarily count yourself out just yet.
At my
Granted,
funeral, no one wears shirts. Not a damn shirt in sight.
We
Titties bouncing.
we'll put a pin in that.
I think Fen instinctively starts like unbuttoning, and it's like, "Oh, wait, no.
Yes, sir.
Not right now. He's not
Are you
dead
dying?
yet.
He
He's
looks
not
at Fen
dead.
like, you get me and you understand.
So was there no one in town strong enough to defend you? Or were
We
these extra strong?
we try. Some people put up a good fight, but we've sort of resorted to hiding now, and they're able to break down most of our doors. Um, it's I don't know how much longer we're gonna last, especially if they find their way to the inn. And the mayor's like, not the well, he is the mayor. This spoiler. This old goblin man, kind of looking between, like, kind of like shakes Borbate's arm and starts
I bet
talking
he
to
has like
him.
a little badge or something on him.
He
You
has a
know,
badge
he
that
looks
says
official.
Mayor. Roshan can read it.
Ah. Roshan knows
uh,
it says mayor. We just know it's a shiny badge.
you can
I
see
like
that
Sounds like a sheriff badge.
Schwarturk, the mayor, the sheriff. Um, sheriff would imply that he can defend the town with his body, I think, and he cannot do that. Uh, kind of like looks over, and you see his eyes like catch on like y'all's weapons.
Hmm.
And like motions to Borbate and speaks to him, and Borbate's like, the mayor is requesting if there's anything you could do to help us defend the city and destroy the creatures that are coming to to kill us in the night. They come every night like clockwork.
Can you say
I
how
think we could help with that.
late?
I've got
How long from now?
Um, it'll
What time
probably
is it?
be. What time is it?
What time is it? That's important now.
We probably have like maybe 3 hours.
Long enough for us to recover some of our spent resources. Okay,
well.
not the worst.
I had a thought. I have many questions, but I had a thought. If we can gather up anyone else left in the town, if they only come at night, just bring them into the castle for the night until we all recover our resources, and then have a whole day to plan.
We could
Uh,
fortify here.
No,
Leading up,
we could
no?
bring them all into the mansion.
Hmm.
Ah.
Everyone
Good
here
luck
is
getting
old.
everybody to leave. Kind of looks around at some of like the older, kind of crustier lot, perhaps, and is like, "There's some people we couldn't even get them to come to the inn."
Oh.
Hmm.
Are you all as diminutive in stature as goblins and gnomes? We could just take them, carry them.
I suppose if that's what
If
you
they'll
want to
consent.
do,
If
they
they'll
will not.
consent. Aha.
They once again, they
I
wouldn't
see.
walk to the inn to sleep tonight because they say my bed's here and I'll die in it, and it's like, oh, okay. And I don't have a bed, so I don't care where I die. So,
And
like
I
I was
suppose
saying,
there's only so
no
many of them we could
shirts.
say, well, let us
Yeah.
carry your bed before you run out of space here in your inn.
I think we're better putting up a fight tonight. If they keep destroying the town, then
Better to end it sooner. I know it's not very much time to prepare, but if nothing else.
Have you folk managed to kill a single one of them?
No, we
Hmm.
haven't been able to.
What have you fought them with? Weapons, magic? Have you magic users amongst you?
We don't really have any magic users. There's a couple people who know how to pick up a sword, but we lost them early.
I see. We're sorry for your loss.
Well, you know, I was naked at their funeral, so
I suppose that does align with your reputation.
Might explain why no one else will leave their houses, but
let me tell you, it's a pretty big reputation. The slowest wink, and there is like it's very damp sounding.
Squeak! Like the
now,
SpongeBob
sir,
wink.
if we can keep you clothed and make sure no one else loses their life,
You could try on the first part, but
all right.
We would at the
well,
very
maybe
least like to preserve life.
we'll even let you do it naked if you really want to. But we're looking for what's the name of the place again? It was a Moonshay
so
stronghold.
the stronghold didn't exactly have a name. It was the fuck, what are they called? Starts with
Fomorians.
A Fomorian stronghold, and it was
Okay.
the battle between the Fomorians and Moonshay.
Okay. Have you heard of the Fomorians? Is there a stronghold around here? Maybe some big battle took place long time ago.
Yeah. I don't know where that is.
All right. Well, we make it safe enough for you to leave your house. Would you show us, or the inn? Would you show us how to get there?
You kill all of the creatures that come climbing out. And yes.
Okay. Can we
I
get
think
any
we
more
can do
details
that.
on these creatures?
Any information at all? What their size is?
How
what
many there are?
natural weapons they have?
He kind of relays the question to the group, and then a bunch of people start talking to him in languages you don't understand, and he seems to start to get overwhelmed. We know
Maybe one at a time.
they're big. We got that. They're pretty big. Bigger than us. Kind of looks
Okay.
around. Yeah, bigger than us.
Would you
Um,
say as big as Keld? Or bigger?
Can you get on all fours?
Brr.
I don't know. He looks
Anyone
for a long time
else?
though.
Anyone else know?
Killed growls like a bear.
Oh
Brr.
yeah, they
Do I
probably
need
do
to
that.
turn into a bear to like see?
Does that help?
I mean, they weren't bears. Can you
Okay.
imagine just a bunch of bears climbing out of the crevasse? Great.
Yes.
That would be terrifying, yes.
It's listen. They're like kind of furry, kind of hard.
Okay. They don't fly, do they?
I hope they don't.
We do too.
Usually, everybody kind of runs and hides, and if you saw them, you're not gonna see anything else.
Uh, hmm.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense.
Nah. Mm-hmm.
And they just use teeth and claws for weapons.
I think so. I don't think they carry like weapons.
Do they seem to move like creatures like I don't know if you've got anything much akin to wolves, but creatures that all hunt in a group in a pack. Do they move like
It's a big group of them. Yeah.
okay.
There's
They don't seem to like plan though, do they? You don't see them like corralling people or ambushing anyone or anything like that.
I don't know. Yeah. Once again, most of the time, if you see them,
You don't see much else after,
exactly.
and
But
thus cannot relay what you saw.
but there's at least a couple handfuls of them. I think.
All right.
Obviously, you haven't found any weaknesses. Does there seem to be anything that... Have you tried anything that hasn't worked? Have you tried fire? Have you tried anything like that that
Uh,
they seem invulnerable to?
we've tried. Some people have tried defending themselves, probably when their doors are ripped open with like a rake or like a stick, and that hasn't worked. Um,
Hmm.
um, yeah. I think those are the
No
things
one's
we've
had a
tested.
torch much to hand.
If they
It's
did, I
really-
didn't see it.
Well, hopefully magic will give us a good advantage.
We've
Magic's
got a good
pretty
spread
good.
across.
Magic
We've got
is
a good
crazy.
spread. I will say that.
Like a spread of cheese.
Do you know anything about how they detect their victims? Do they see very well? Do they smell? Do they listen carefully?
Maybe.
Do they make an awful lot of noise when they come through? Or do
A
they
lot. A lot of the noise is them. It sounds like them like breaking open doors
attacking
and
people?
stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like, do they make a lot of noise themselves? Do they roar? Do they screech? Do they click? Are they mostly quiet?
Maybe I've heard some screeching. Have you guys heard of some screeching? And then like you'll hear people like yay and nay for like a few of the options, and then he's like, I
Okay.
think I've heard screech.
Okay. All right. Hmm. It's something to look out for, if nothing else.
You all have all been safe to this point, holed up here in this tavern. Is it because they don't know that you're in here? Or is it they've just had their fill with easier prey and have left for the night?
Well, it seems they go to houses that are like closer to the edge and go for the people in there, but now that people have either moved more inland, uh, they've started to move in closer, so it seems they're following and looking for people at least. So I don't know if they've gotten to us yet.
Are they fast? Do they climb?
I'm pretty sure they could climb. So you can hear them on the roof sometimes.
That's good to know.
His eye starts wandering slowly. That might be the best I got.
Well, to be honest, it's significantly better than nothing.
You know what? That's what I hear kind of often, actually.
If nothing else, we might be able to shore up some defenses for here and perhaps closer out to the edges where it seems like they're making their way in. If it
I mean, I
seems like
could.
they work
They seem
from
to
the
come
out,
from like the same area because it's like they'd been moving down the street and destroying things that way. So you could
Really?
tell what area of the gulch they're coming from.
I see.
Hmm.
Okay.
We took a bit of time to prepare the area. Nix, is there anything you could add to that?
Let
Oh,
me
surely.
let me
I might
look through what I
just-
have.
I could give us something. I won't say it's necessarily anything that would hurt these creatures, but if they're not actively in the space before I actually make use of them, if I take a little time with the boots of familiar ground, I'd be able to make an illusion of a surface forest, which might bamboozle invading creatures.
Well, it's a thought. I would rather lead them in the way they normally come rather than give them a reason to avoid an area. Nix, we discussed in the past establishing a druid grove. And we
Yeah,
didn't
I
have the
don't.
time
I
to
don't
do
have
it.
that spell prepared though.
All right. That's...
Yeah.
A good thought, but
I'll be honest. Right now, I can do what I always do. But I am entirely out of magic aside from I can Misty Step once.
I can only use the mage hand at this point, and whatever's left with my items.
No doubt I can hit whatever I can see with an arrow. No indication of what sort of impact that's going to have on creatures that we know nothing about. Might deflect straight off their skin. I would really like to get as many people from town here into the mansion. Nona, I can't hear you.
As will willingly go, I would assume.
If they're not willing to go, I don't know what more to do for them. We can fight, but we don't know what we're fighting.
Best we can do is lie in wait and make preparations. Lay snares, lay traps, be hunters.
You guys seem smart. You watch as Borbate starts to like waddle over to the door. Then come on, and it starts like starts to pushing things aside. You got it.
You got it.
The
You
fort.
get out
I've been to the
there.
fort 100 times, 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that we think we'll be able to get from this crowd that we should need to know?
The mayor's giving you guys like thumbs up. his smile's like yay, but his eyes say, "Oh, no, they're all gonna die." But but his smile's like yeah.
Yeah! Oh God! I'm sending them to their deaths.
As the door is opened and everybody just kind of is looking at you with like these hopeful like eyes, and some of them a bit more jaded and some of them fearful, but just there is a moment of hope as this group of people looks at you and the door opens.
Do you think we could bring anyone to help out?
Does anybody
y-
seem able-bodied?
You look at
Not
these
not those
commoners.
guys. Like people we know.
Fen will reach into the bag of tricks for the last time he can do this today, and hope it's not a weasel or a rat.
Yeah, right.
That will help. That is a wolf. Dire
A
wolf.
wolf.
Dire
Nice.
wolf.
A dire wolf.
Yes.
Very
Man,
good. Very
If we
good.
could find a tree for me to wake up with the staff, I don't know if those
Yeah.
mushrooms will work, but we could try.
We could
That's what I was
attempt
wondering.
Maybe it becomes like a tree.
an awakened mushroom.
Mm?
A mushrent.
I mean, the staff does. It won't change too much of what I can do facing him anyway. So
Mm.
if we have the time, I can go try.
She could attune to its spores.
All of you step out of the door of the inn and prepare for an unknown enemy and are the last hope of Gorgoa.
Oh no.
And that's where we're going to stop for today.
Hoo boy!
The
Thanks for
last
being
hope.
here. If you'd like to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram. If you'd like to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Facebook. If you're like, how did we get here? What going on? You can head over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult and watch past episodes of On the Backs of Gods to see what got us here today, talking to Borbait in the Underdark. If you're like, wow, what else is on the YouTube? Plenty of other things. You could watch some, we got some one shots, a little couple other campaigns. And of course, we have Gossamer Vale, Celtic Mythology D&D campaign run by Katie. Currently, we are on a task from the Adventurers Guild to get rid of some nasty bandits that are being menaces. And maybe we're going to do some infiltration, and either we're going to be bamboozling somebody or somebody's already bamboozled us. And there's only one way to find out. You can join us on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe we're figuring it out. But like, if you're like, my Thanksgiving meal's over, what else do I have going on? You could join us over here on Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if not, you're always welcome to go over to the YouTube to start catching up and see the past episodes. Gossamer Vale goes live every other Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this Thursday, good. Next Thursday, not good. So you just have to bide your time. Katie make dice.
And they
These
make good
dice,
story.
they're beautiful and they love to tell a story. So if you are interested in getting some dice, I'd advise you to go to the link in the chat or the box below.
They
Thank
make
you
lovely
again.
gifts for your loved ones.
The holidays are coming up. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. We'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.